Well, this meeting is called to order at 2:00 p.m. We're going to go ahead and go through roll call. If you are present, please say you are. Jacqueline Euler? Here. Karen Edwards? Here. Councilman Michael Mack?
Here.
Dr. Bailey is not here, he's absent, and myself, I am here. We do have a quorum. Was everybody able to look at the meeting, the minutes from our fourth quarter, December 21st of 2021? Mm-hmm. Did we see any necessary corrections? If we did not see any necessary corrections, I will entertain a motion to approve those minutes. Can you get it first? First. Second. Okay. Second by George. Do we have any nays at all? All right. This motion will carry. We have no unfinished business. New business, though. Let's talk about that. New business. So we had a resignation of Animal Control Officer Natalie Howe. She resigned on January 28th of this year because she wanted to follow a career path in animal medicine. So we do wish her well for that. We do wish her well. Yes. For our next item on the list, it says new animal control director. The position was filled in-house from an in-house transfer. Our very own Jacqueline Euler has been appointed to the very first, I'll say this again, the very first director of animal control for the city of Michigan City. And so she transferred over on February the 7th, and we truly appreciate her. So congratulations to you for that. Thank you. We truly appreciate that. Next item on the list is animal control job postings. Seeing that we had a very new director, this is a new position for the city, that also, because of her in-house transfer, it actually moved over where we have now 2 available animal control positions to fill. The city did put out for posting the positions, and we did have applicants apply for that, for the jobs. Jacqueline Euler and I think we did a whole week worth of which is good, which is a great thing. We received a pretty good number of applicants, and we had did the interviews on last week or the week before last. We was able to come up with 2, so that's a good thing, out of the applicant pool, and they should begin for us on April the 4th. I would tell you when I called them to tell them that they got the job, they were very excited. So we're anticipating great things from these 2 that's going to be coming. So whenever we do have them officially in, we will introduce them to the animal board team here. Okay. All right, sounds good. Let's see, next item on the agenda is new kennel volunteers, and I'm going to go ahead and direct the floor to Director Euler just to talk about the volunteers, because we've been receiving a lot and we really appreciate that.
Yes, we have received a lot. We currently have 11 volunteers. 7 of those are new to volunteering for us. On Saturday, March 5th, I had met with 6 of those volunteers, and then I was able to meet with the other new volunteer the next week. We discussed the proper procedures for cleaning and handling of animals in our care. I had made info packets that each volunteer was able to take home and look over that sort of described how to watch for signs of an animal. If they're, just because their tail's wagging doesn't mean that they're friendly. So we talked about all that, and we do have a sign-up sheet on Google Sheet so everyone can pick a time when it's convenient for them to come, so I know exactly who I've got coming and going, and we are always looking for more volunteers, so if you want to sign up, it's not too late. We'll take all the volunteers we can. And I think that's it.
Perfect, wonderful. And we really appreciate all of the volunteers. Again, as Director Euler said, we are constantly taking applications. So please, fill out an application, get it in. We really, truly appreciate you. I tried to call each one personally just to really say thank you for volunteering first and foremost. And then I also get the permission, because I have to do a small, a local check on them to make sure there's no issues for them to be able to come into the being a volunteer for the city. So, but truly, everybody whoever have already applied has all been become volunteers since then. So we truly appreciate you. So please continue to get those applications pouring in for the volunteer. Thank you for that. Next item on the agenda is donations. And again, I'm going to allow Director Euler to talk about the donations because she's the one who's been doing all of the intake concerning that.
Thank you. On January 17th, I had posted on the Animal Control Services Facebook page asking for donations to the kennels. We are always in need of blankets, canned food, hard chew toys for the dogs, that way they don't destroy them and eat them, and then we have other issues. So on that day I had made a post asking for some blankets, and then people had requested that we make a wish list from Amazon. So I did that, and I just made a very small list, and oh, thank you so much, City of Michigan City. You are awesome. The donations poured in. At one point, I was going, where do I put all of these donations? So it was nice to have all that, and trust me, those donations, as quickly as they come in, these doggies and kitties, we go through them. So please continue to send things in. One of the things that I really needed was canned cat food, because Michigan City does have a bit of a feral cat problem, and since COVID had hit, we had lost the vet that was doing it. She has since come back, and we want to get back in the rotation of getting some kitties in every 3 to 4 weeks to have them fixed so we don't have feral cats taking over our neighborhoods. And unfortunately, canned cat food is a little hard to find, especially the non-pate kind. And feral cats, you would think, hey, it's food, but no, they're pretty picky. So yeah, they're cats. So right. So we got a bunch of that in, and I'm appreciative of that as well.
Wonderful. And again, as the Animal Control Board members, we really appreciate all of the hard work from the citizens of Michigan City, and just all of Port County too. All of the donations that was received, even from the businesses. We truly appreciate you all, and continue to do that. You know, we will accept all donations, truly, and so we really appreciate it. And I'd like to say something too for the feral cats situation. You know, this is something that is just not unique to our city. You know, it's something that is just, it's universal. You know, there's no way of really getting rid of, you know, cats, and one way that we can help is to try to get that TNR program up and going in order to stop the spread. So any suggestions from the public, we're always looking for it. So please get a hold of Director Euler. We will take suggestions from the public, because guess what? Some things that we may not think about as a board, maybe you can help with that. So we're always appreciative of conversation and communication with the citizens in which we serve. So thank you for those donations.
And if I may, when it comes to feral cats, the public has to understand that we can't just go scoop them up and take them somewhere, because they are feral. It would be like taking a lion and trying to give it to one of our shelters, and that doesn't work out very well. They are feral, they're not handleable?
Domesticated.
So it's, you know, we just can't go scoop them up and take them. We have nowhere to take feral cats. So our best solution is get them trapped, neutered, spayed, released, and that way we don't continue with kitties, because as much as everyone loves a good kitten, they grow up to be feral cats. So we have nowhere for them to go.
Yeah. Again, thank you for the donations, though. They were really handy and very needed, so thank you for that. Next item on our agenda is cameras at the kennels. I just wanted to make mention of that I had a conversation with the IT, which is the Information and Technology Department for the city, in reference to updating the cameras at the kennels. Of course, we do have cameras there now, but they're a little prehistoric, a little outdated, so I like 360 views of everything, so it'd be nice to have, especially when it comes to the animal control officers and our volunteers who comes in. We'll like to make sure that everything's updated and they feel safe and secure, because that's most important to us also. So hopefully those suggestions are in the works for the city officials to be able to make that happen. Wanted to make mention of it as a board, though, so we'll know what's going on. The next item on the agenda is our 2022 City Council Board member. Woo woo. And we have him present with us today, Councilman Michael Mack. I have known for many years, so I'm very excited to have him a part of our board. I was watching, I should tell you, the City Council meeting when everybody was trying to see, sort of like put the hand down when it came to being a part of the Animal Control Board. And so I was really appreciative when I heard you say, I'll do it. I said, well, thank you, Councilman Mack. So we really appreciate you even being here with us today. Would you like to say anything to us?
I volunteered because I'm really interested in this. The little bit I told you before about the previous person right before COVID when they quit, and I learned so much about feral cats and just stuff that you didn't know. But treating animals properly in a city is important. I've lived in a lot of cities, and having a good crew of people to operate a difficult, very difficult job is outstanding. And it looks like you guys got a good base of support because the community is huge in environmental stuff, animal treatment, and
Yes.
I'm looking forward to helping tap into that, and let's do this the right way.
All right.
Thank you.
Well,
Glad to be here.
Glad you're a part of us this year. Yes, welcome, welcome. All righty. Next item on the agenda is the election of the vice chairperson. Our ordinance says that for the first meeting of the year, we have to elect the vice chairperson. I know who I would like to nominate, but before I do, I would like to see if anybody else have any nominations before I start.
I don't.
Okay. Well, I'm going to nominate our newest director, Director Jacqueline Euler, to be the vice chairperson for our 2022 Animal Control Board. Do I have a second?
Second.
All righty. All right. Second is edits. All right, I'm going to do a roll call on this one, okay? So when you hear your name, just going to say yay or nay. Euler. Yay? Yay? Okay. Councilman Mack?
Yay.
Ms. Edwards?
Yay.
And me, I'll say yay. So we have 4 yays and 0 nays. This motion will carry. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alrighty, our next item up for review is a review of the Michigan City Animal Control activities 4th quarter of 2021, and that's going to be presented by Animal Control Director Euler.
For the quarter of October 21 to December of 21, we had a total of 51 impounds. There were 47 dogs and 4 cats, and that breaks down to 10 dogs for the dogs list, it's 10 to Michigan Humane Society, 1 to LaPorte, 1 to Giant Paw Prince Rescue, 1 was euthanized. There were 32 owner reclaims, 1 went to foster adopt, and 1 was deceased. For cats, I have 2 to Freeds, 2 to Michigan Humane Society, none were euthanized, there were no foster adopts, there were no owner reclaims, and there were 0 deceased.
Thank you, Director Euler, for that report. And the next item on the agenda is review of intake reports for fund disbursements 4th quarter of 2021, and I will present those numbers. First is Freed's Cat Shelter. There were 8 cats. For LaPorte County Small Animal Shelter, 1 dog. And for the Michiana Humane Society, 11 dogs and 1 cat. Next item on the agenda is public comments. Do we have any public comments? No public comments. Board comments, I think I'll start today just to sort of get myself off the way. I would like to first of all publicly thank our former animal control officer, Natalie Howe. Again, as I stated earlier, she took a position at one of the animal hospitals because she wants to learn more, and her career path is in medicines for the animals. So we really just want to say thank you to her, her time with the city, investment in the city, and all that she's done to help with the animal control division and her time here. So we truly appreciate her service with the city. I would also like to congratulate Jacqueline Mueller for being named the very first animal control director. Again, I really truly appreciate her even having the desire to take on the role, sort of being new, not to animals, but definitely new to the position as an animal control officer, but had a zeal to try to do more. And I think that's important, especially with the ones who were here before her, sort of went to other career paths, decided to move on from being in the animal control, division, and you were sort of left here and said, what, why not take on the challenge of actually being the director as well, and being willing to train the ones that we do have coming in. So we really appreciate that. And I would like to say too, all of the volunteers that I see coming in, whenever I call them, they say, well, they know you personally. And so I think that's a testament to at least your compassion for the animals and them wanting and willing to want to work with you. So I think that's a good thing. So congratulations again for that. I'm really excited about what's coming, and I believe that you're going to lead as director with integrity and professionalism, and most importantly, compassion, not for just the animals, but for people too.
Correct.
So
yes.
We really appreciate that. I'm looking forward because I would like to alleviate some of the stress that has been placed on her since, Officer Howe had resigned. She's been doing this by herself. All of anything that had to do with animal-related calls for services, she's the one who's doing it all. And I know, speaking to the former animal control officers, Officer Holbrook, former animal control officer Holbrook, and also Officer Howe, when they were by themselves, it was a lot to deal with, and they really relied heavily on volunteers. They really relied heavily on the community, the officers, and I could just imagine. But I haven't heard any complaints, so I really appreciate the fact that she's taken this on as a superhero in a way of animal control. Seriously, because you're doing this and just sort of doing it with a smile on your face, and maybe you complain at home, but you really don't do much here. So we really appreciate that, especially that's a good testament for a director, to be able to be even keeled, nothing really gets to you. And I believe in bestowing honor where honor's due, and I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. You make the job look easy, and I know it's not. So
no, not so much.
I know it's not. And so if we can get more help along the way with additional funding, for other animal control officers, I would love to see this a full division with plenty more to work
I would
with.
too. I mean, we have a new apartment complex coming in it's going to hold like 2,000 people, I heard. And when I heard that, I thought, oh, 2,000 more animals. That was my first thought. So, I think that we could use a couple more animal control officers, and I do rely heavily right now on my volunteers. Without my volunteers, I would be lost. And the police officers have been very helpful in assisting when I needed some backup, or just, sending me a message saying, hey, good job, I saw you get that dog, and so that's always, it's always like, okay, thanks. But it's always nice to hear that from my fellow police officers.
Yeah, so wonderful. Sounds good. And we're looking forward to the new hires. Again, they're going to be starting on April the 4th. They're very excited, about coming over to assist, and I believe that they're going to work out really well, especially with the backgrounds on a lot of things and stability. So we're looking forward to the new hires. And again, once we get them sworn in, we will introduce them to the Animal Control Board members. Okay, so everybody can meet them. Again, I would like to say to the volunteers, thank you so much for volunteering. I cannot say that enough. You have made it a whole lot easier, I believe, for Animal Control Officer, Director Mueller, and you will make it easier as we begin to have the new ones come in as well. So we truly thank you all for your volunteerism. For the citizens and the businesses who donated again, I say thank you for, as a part of the board, we say thank you
Yes.
for that. You make life so much easier for us, for the furry animals, for all of us. So we just truly thank you for your donation. So that's all I have to say. I know I'm going to do a lot of writing, so I figured I'll go first. Director Eula, you have any comments?
I just wanted to let everybody know that, once again, we are going back to TNRing every 3 to 4 weeks. We have 6 animals that we are allowed to take in. 6 is not a lot when you consider what we have out there. But as Chief Ashley had stated, this isn't just to our community. Every community goes through this. You do need to remember that with the feral cats, you don't have mice and rats, so there is that. But they do need to get fixed so we don't have more kittens. And when they get fixed, they're also given shots for rabies, so we don't have to worry about those sorts of diseases. And I just wanted to let the public know that we are going back to this. It's just going to take a little bit of time, and to please be patient. And if you have a feral cat issue, reach out. Call my office number. It's the police station's phone number, 219-874-3221. My extension is 1030. Leave me a message. Make sure you leave me your name, your phone number, where I can reach you at, and an address, and what the issue is that you are having. And I do get back to you, sometimes not that same day, but within 24 hours, I do return phone calls. If you would like to reach out on Facebook, you can do that too, off of our Michigan City Animal Control Services page on Facebook. Or if you see me out and about, stop me and say, hey, do you got just a second? And I'm willing to talk with you. Other than that, I'm really looking forward to the new hires. I think they're going to do a wonderful job. And I, once again, thank you so much for your donations and for the volunteers. I would really be lost without you guys. So, thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Mack, anything today?
Just real short, again, glad to be here, and just hearing the teamwork recognition, the quick staffing, the desire to train and stuff, and you've been called a superhero. It reminded me of Will Smith, where he said something like, "I make this look good." So congratulations on this. Looking for it. Anytime you're on a team that sounds this positive and knows what they're doing, it's going to be a difference maker. So I'm looking forward to spreading this to the council every meeting, and getting hopefully even more interest in what we're doing and get some more volunteers. But it just sounds great. It gets me excited just being part of it. So
good. Right, thank you. Ms. Edwards.
Well, I would like to say to Ms. Euler, you are doing a phenomenal job. Over the past couple of years, we've had fantastic AC officers, and you are taking on the position of the AC officer. I mean, you're by yourself, and I always know that I will help you out. For the Humane Society, we'll help you out. If we have space, I will call you and bring it in. And the volunteers, thank you so much. I mean, again, working with volunteers at the shelter, I can only imagine how much you guys even adore them more, because, I mean, again, these animals need care and compassion, and you make sure that the volunteers and staff, I mean, you guys, you know what you're doing. So thank you, keep up the good work, and let's do this.
All right. Yeah, 2022, let's move forward, right? Positivity, moving forward. All right, on that note, the next item up on the agenda is adjournment. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
and I'll second that.
All righty. Any nays for this? Seeing that there's none, this meeting is adjourned.
All right.
Thank you all for coming out.
All right.
Thank you.